Welcome back. Today we're going to explore the power of one. And as before, I'm going to invite you to sit with yourself, to take a breath, to close your eyes if you're happy to do so, and feel the feet on the floor, the body in this space now, and open your heart to receiving these words. The power of one. One song can spark a moment. One flower can wake the dream. One tree can start a forest. One bird can herald spring. One smile begins a friendship. One hand clasp lifts a soul. One star can guide a ship at sea. One word can frame the goal. One vote can change a nation. One sunbeam lights a room. One candle wipes out darkness. One laugh will conquer gloom. One step must start each journey. One word must start each prayer. One hope will raise your spirits. One touch can show you care. One voice can speak with wisdom. One heart can know what's true. One life can make the difference. You see, it's up to you. And that doesn't have an author, but the sentiment, the power that each person is just one person and can have such an effect, a ripple effect on the people around them. The Dalai Lama would say, if you want to change the world, start with changing yourself. If you want to change the world, first change the relationship between you and your family, then you and your community, then you and your city, your nation, and then the world. So you must start with yourself. And to recognize the power that one person can have just by simply showing up, by sitting on the mat and gaining clarity, letting go of fear and coming into a place of courage. Courage is essentially your heart, action from your heart. Nobody became courageous because they didn't experience fear. They saw fear and overcame it. They met fear, and courage is yielded from meeting that fear and going beyond it, transcending it. So we have to experience fear first, don't we? And sometimes that fear can be our own thoughts, our own mind, or it can be fear of what other people might think. But when we take the lesson from this poem, this piece, that one smile can make a friendship, one hand reaching for another can create so much sense of support, a sense of touch, a sense of closeness, a sense of love. So in this time that we live in, what is your difference that you can make in your life? How can you be in relation with your family, yourself, in a way that taps into that power that you have? Because you are more powerful than you know. And you can do more in the world than you realize. And even if that's starting with yourself and how you speak to yourself, how you relate to yourself, and bringing that then into the relationship you have with your immediate family members, it all has a ripple effect. So just like children don't lick their behavior up off the floor, they pick it up, they pick up much of their patterns from their parents and from society and from their teachers. So similarly, what do you have that you know you can bring in recognizing your own patterns and how you can model behavior for those around you that is uplifting in a time of difficulty? So there's always going to be difficulties in life. This is just part of living. It's how we face these that ultimately determines who we become. So are we going to close off our essential selves, the light that we have to bring to the world, because we're afraid? We're afraid of maybe what'll happen. We're afraid of maybe what other people might perceive of us. Whereas instead, if we can imagine just being that light for either yourself or for someone else, how much more power do you feel you have when you believe you have something to offer, as opposed to feeling that you're not good enough, that until you attain a whole host of things that you will never be good enough. Instead, realizing, actually, as I am right now is enough. It's enough to smile. It's enough to sense into the very real sensations in the body, power within the body, energy in the body. It's enough to feel the world outside me as it is, with its pain and its suffering and its grief and its trauma. So from this position of being human, with all your vulnerabilities and baggage and patterns and tendencies and difficulties, how are you going to show up? What do you want to bring to the world? What power, what potential is in you that has yet to be seen? If you imagine that small little seed, the mustard seed or the acorn, and how they grow to these magnificent things. Similarly, there's a seed of potential in you, a seed of potential to transcend your own fears, your own anxieties, your own depression, your own neuroses and suffering. In some ways, our suffering, the fear that we face, the anxiety we face, is our way. So when we can face this fear, we become the wounded healer almost, where we face our fear and we learn how to overcome it. And when we learn how to overcome our fear or anxiety, we have developed a beautiful wisdom that somebody else can benefit from, that maybe shines a little light for them. So when we face our own fear, then we have courage. Then we've built courage and we face that fear, whatever it is, we overcome it. So this practice of meditation is to turn toward what is difficult, so that you can be the spark in a moment, so that you can wake up from the dream, so that you can help people out of their gloominess, their suffering. But it must start with ourselves. So we all come to meditation from time to time because we have things we want to face ourselves. And the only real way to face them is to sit with ourselves and to understand what is going on for me. What fears have I allowed to drive my life? And am I now ready to get in the driver's seat, to take the reins or the wheel of the car, and to take my learning and bring it into the world, and to recognize that one life can make a difference. Your life can make a difference. You are so much more than you think and believe about yourself. You are the sky full of potential and light. It comes back to that bit of one life can make a difference. Your life can make a difference. So how are you going to show up today? Have a wonderful day.